Hey, shalom, shalom, family. Um, yeah, I was just watching a video where a brother was like, "Yeah, man, a lot of people don't really appreciate good fathers," and his argument was that they don't like people don't like the fathers that stay on their kids. They don't like for men to be strong and assertive, no matter what the child likes or no matter what the popular opinion is. A real father is going to check his children. He's going to motivate his family, even when they don't understand the vision, even when they don't understand why he's so rough and he's hard on the children to excel and to live a certain life with a expectation to operate in integrity at all times. And it's honestly just the world system that we're living in today, where anything that is good, it's going to be just like the Bible says. Anything that is good, men will call evil, because you're trying to combat what darkness is trying to accomplish. Darkness wants us to be in agreement with Satan and everything that's a lie, everything that opposes the word of the Most High. That is what's going to be celebrated. That is what's going to actually be the popular opinion, because that's what the spiritual world is actually working on through manipulation, through incantation, through demonic oppression. That is what this world is trying to press upon the people, to sin, to be in wrong standing with the Most High. And so, just as the Most High God is a good father, he's often understood. Yahuwah is often hated because he does not agree with man's sinful nature. He does not make amends for what his word says is what acceptable. So when he says that, we are to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable. If he says, look, you need to be convicted about all that overeating, but it tastes good. My flesh loves it. I can't get with that message. We need to save ourselves and not uh, have sex outside of marriage. But the temptation, everything around me, so many temptations that's telling me and that's urging me, that's awakening all of those feelings inside of my body. It's telling me to indulge in that activity, but you're saying not to. But we feel like it's so impossible, and we feel like because everyone else is doing it. Let's be honest, a lot of it is peer pressure. We look around, we see what the world is doing, and we want to mimic it so we can have some sense of normalcy in our life. So we can say, hey, look, I'm just like everyone else. No one wants to be the odd man out. Let's be honest. We don't want to do what people are not doing. Whatever, even when it comes to success, people want success until they actually have to do what it takes to be successful. And then a lot of times you're in environments where people are not going to push you. You're in environments where you're around other people who just want to live comfortably and live good and be lax. And so they don't challenge themselves. Shoot, this body, this flesh does not want you to challenge yourself. It does not want you to pray. It does not want you to eat right. It does not want you to speak well about yourself. It wants you to indulge in everything that you see, everything that this life has to offer, everything that you see everyone else doing. If everyone else is on the negative wave, if everyone else is listening to this certain kind of music that's not edifying you, then that's what we should be on. That's what you should be listening to. If everything that the world is putting out through movies and what everyone else is watching and these shows is indulging in violence, sex, and drug use, and just a sense of pride, and just a whole bunch of dissension and negativity and division, all of this stuff is going to be pushed, because this is what Satan is doing in these end times. So, man, he hit the nail on the head, because a lot of men feel like men are just unappreciated because we're men, and men don't get their flowers, and we're just supposed to be providers, and a lot of us don't really think that men have feelings like the mothers do. But it's actually when you're deciding to treat and to deal with your family and deal with your children in a way that you're saying, I want better for you. I'm not going to let you and raise you how I see everyone else raising their children because they're doing it this way. I'm doing it the way the Most High the way he designed for me to raise you and rear you up in the way that you should go. That's why there's so much opposition. And so I just wanted to speak on that because I felt like that really is relevant, and that's a conversation that needs to be had. Because yeah, I even can testify, like, until I became a man and understood a lot of things that was coming to pass that my stepfather used to teach me and my brothers and instill in me, it was only then that I really appreciated him. That was after all of the years of being angry with him or just feeling like he didn't understand, feeling like, he was just picking on me, feeling like he was just doing too much. But now, and there were some things that were unhealthy in his approach. He had a lot of hurt that he didn't deal with, but the discipline that he instilled in me, I keep that. I still keep that with me in the way I parent my children. I just make sure that I love on them as much as I discipline them, show them I love them, tell them I love them, and encourage as well as discipline. But that discipline is necessary. Don't overload your child just because you didn't get it when you were growing up, and then you feel like love means the absence of discipline. Nah, children need spankings because the word says that foolishness is bound up in the heart of a child, and if you should not spare the rod, then what does that mean? Sparing the rod means you don't use it. You don't use physical. You don't use um, physical force when disciplining your child. But when you spare the rod, you're saying, nah, I'm not going to beat my child, let my parents beat me. Sometimes that's what gets a child's attention. You can still love them, you can whoop them and not abuse them, but have to you have to let them know there are consequences for their actions. And that's all that really, even when you have a dog or have a pet, you train them not to use the bathroom on the floor or popping them with the newspaper, whatever. It doesn't have to be excessive. It doesn't have to be over the top. It doesn't have to inflict a whole lot of pain, but it's enough that it's like a reaction that, okay, boom, I know that I don't like that. So therefore, I'm not going to do that because this makes them angry. So, man, appreciate the men who are hard on their children. Appreciate the men that would not allow their daughters to be raised promiscuous, or not allow their sons to mistreat women, to indulge in sexual activity, to improve your manhood. Appreciate fathers who paid bills but also sat down and gave you life lessons, and sat down and gave you wisdom, and sat down and really taught you how to take care of a household, and taught you how to treat your elders, and showed you how to be respectful. Appreciate those men. Appreciate those men because those are the ones who are actually bringing hope to the society. Those who are absent, even those who are just taking care of their children, and those who are paying bills and working but not there, it's still damage being done. Because if, as a father, earthly father, you're not there showing your authority, then they don't see the authority of the Most High, and then but they don't respect your authority. They're not going to respect the authority of the Most High God. So it's something to think about. Until next time, y'all be blessed. Pray everyone has a productive and safe day. Shalom.